Hi guys, this is Allison, and today I want to talk about my 3 favorite perfumes when I think of summer perfumes, or the 3 perfumes that I think of as summer perfumes. So there are actually more than 3 perfumes that I have been wearing this summer, but I didn't want to mention 2 of them because I've talked so much about them in other videos that I feel like if you've watched those other videos, you're going to be tired of me showing those perfumes. But to quickly tell you what they are is reb'l Fleur by Rihanna and Dia Noche Ocean by Daisy Fuentes. The other reason I didn't want to really talk too much about those is because Daisy Fuentes, the Dia Noche Ocean perfume, is no longer available. You'll just be lucky if you can find it at Ross Dress for Less because it's been discontinued. And then reb'l Fleur by Rihanna is being phased out because they're reformulating it and making a perfume called reb'l Fleur Love Always. So that's the other reason I didn't want to really talk about those, because that will be talking about perfumes that you may not be able to get. So let's go ahead and talk about the other 3 perfumes that I have been enjoying this summer and that I've been thinking of as my go-to summer perfumes. I'm going to start first with the perfume that I got as a sample. This is the Ralph Lauren Tender Romance. I got this on an excursion to Dillard's, I think. It was a long time ago when I got this, like May, which isn't that long, but it feels long because summer's almost over. But I went there looking for a sample for Gucci Bloom, I think, and they gave me the sample for Gucci Bloom, but then they also gave me this Ralph Lauren Tender Romance, even though I didn't ask for it. So because I didn't ask for it, I wasn't really paying it that much attention at first, but one day I decided to give this a go, and I really enjoyed it. It is called a Fresh Oriental. I'm reading the inside of the sample, but trying not to open it because this is one of the new ones. I have another one that's open. I just forgot to get that one. It's described as a delicate caress of pure white magnolia and silky soft cashmere. So the day that I wore this, I did 2 sprays on each area, and it lasted me about 4 to 5 hours. So I was kind of, I don't want to say annoyed, but I enjoyed the smell so much that I wanted it to last all day. I wanted to smell it all day, but I didn't. So that's the reason it's also being mentioned last as my bottom choice, because it doesn't last as long as my other 2 choices. So to quickly describe the smell, to me it smells fresh, fruity, floral, and spicy. It has a ginger note in it, and I love the way the ginger works with the fruity notes and the floral notes. So let me go ahead and tell you all the notes in this according to Fragrantica. The nose behind this is Honorine Blanc. This perfume came out in 2016, and the top notes are bergamot, ginger, and pear. The middle notes are white ginger, lily, white magnolia, and jasmine, and the base notes are cashmere wood, benzoin, and musk. So it has that fruity floral smell, but it still smells a bit mature, I think, because of the benzoin and the musk, and because of the jasmine. I think of jasmine as a potentially more mature smelling flower, but the fruitiness kind of keeps it a little young feeling. I think this perfume is perfect for a wedding day. I would wear it to a wedding if I was invited to a wedding. If I were in a wedding and the wedding wasn't one that I thought was going to last a long time, which rarely happens, I would wear this as my wedding day perfume or my bridesmaid day perfume. But the other thing I have to say about this perfume is that even though I really enjoy the smell, I don't think I'll be getting this perfume by Ralph Lauren ever, because it only lasts about 4 to 5 hours. But I do want to get Ralph Lauren's perfume that's called Woman. I tested that out yesterday, lasted a really long time on me, and I really enjoyed it. I'll talk about it in another video. But because I do enjoy this fragrance, I did get a perfume called Subtle Whisper, which is an impression of Tender Romance by Ralph Lauren. And it lasts about the same. It smells about the same. And I mean, I'm cringing a little bit because I feel bad, but whatever. This is how the bottle looks. I got this from Five Below. I was going to wear this today, but then it started raining, so I decided to wear my perfume that I think of as my summer rain perfume or my rainy day perfume. But I just want to tell you guys about this because this is at Five Below. If you like Ralph Lauren's Tender Romance and it doesn't last on you that long, and that makes it hard for you to justify paying the full price for it, but you still like the smell, you can go to Five Below and get Subtle Whisper. And Subtle Whisper is made by the Preferred Fragrance brand that's based in New York. The next perfume I want to talk about is M by Mariah Carey. This is the box it comes in. The front of it has the Perfume's logo, or Mariah Carey's logo, and then the back has her picture. It's a picture of her in water with a sunset behind her, so kind of reminiscent of summer. But this is what the bottle looks like. I really love this bottle because I secretly love butterflies. I almost want to collect them, but a lot of stuff that's made with butterfly logos is kitty looking, so there's only a certain type of butterflies that I like, so I just don't get into it because I feel like if people thought of me as the girl who loves butterflies, they would get me butterfly stuff that I don't actually like. I'm very particular about the butterfly stuff that I like, but I like this butterfly top. I like the bottle. Only thing I don't like is that it feels kind of like plastic. But let's talk about the perfume. This perfume reminds me of Prada Candy Kiss, but it's better for me because it lasts longer on me than Prada Candy Kiss. This perfume could work as a fall or winter perfume because it has a marshmallow note, and I think for some people marshmallows would make them think of hot cocoa, and therefore it would make them think of winter or fall. But for me, the marshmallow makes me think of candy and sweetness, and that makes me think of summer. So let me tell you all of the notes that are in this perfume. This perfume, at the top, it has marshmallow and seawater as a note, so that's quite summery. In the middle, it has gardenia and tiare flower. I love gardenia, one of my favorite flowers. I love white florals. And then in the base, it has amber, patchouli, and incense. So this perfume is a bit deep, has a bit of smokiness to it, has some depth to it, but it also has some sweetness and some florality. I don't know if that's a real word, but I'm going to use it as a real word. But like I said, I like that this reminds me of Prada Candy Kiss, but I like that it lasts much longer. Prada Candy Kiss does not last on me at the Prada Candy line just doesn't last on me. My skin doesn't respond well to it at all as far as lasting power goes. But this lasts on me, I could say, all day. The only thing is just that by the end of the day, I'm not smelling it at its full composition. I'm smelling kind of like a lingering sweet sweat smell, or a lingering sweet warm smell. But I still appreciate that. At the end of the day, it just becomes a skin scent where you have to be kind of close to me to still smell it. But at the beginning of the day, the first half of the day, this is one where you can smell it when you're in the same room as me, but close to me. Not like if you're far from me and you walk into the room like, who's smelling like that? If you're near me, you can smell it. Probably like an elbow length away, or maybe an arm's length away. So again, this is M by Mariah Carey. I got this from Ross Dress for Less, but you can also find it on eBay. I think I still saw some bottles available on fragrance.com or fragrancenet.com. But other than that, it is a little hard to find because it has been discontinued. But if you happen to come across a bottle, I recommend that you get it. Next, I'm going to talk about Sun de Gioia by Giorgio Armani. So I posted a video yesterday or last night. It's already up, but it's talking about my favorites for July, and this is one of the ones that I mentioned, and I just want to go ahead and mention it again because this is probably going to be one of my signature perfumes, like a perfume that I just wear all the time. Not all the time because I don't want to use it up, but frequently, and it'll be one of my easy reach perfumes. One of my, I don't have time to think about this, I just need a good perfume, I'll pick this one up. Let me tell you about this. Sun de Gioia came out in the spring of 2016, and it came out with Air de Gioia also, and it's considered a warm feminine scent that transfers the atmosphere of summer and the feeling of happiness produced by the first sunlight on the skin. I totally agree with that description. As far as the notes, they include frangipani flower, iris and ambrox, as well as milky shades of vanilla. That's a quick summary of the notes. But other notes include bergamot, ylang ylang, jasmine sambac, iris, and benzoin. So this one is another one that has some depth to it, has some warmth, has some silkiness and some sweetness and some creaminess. The notes that are in here are not the normal notes that a perfume has to have to be lasting on me, because for some reason the combination of notes that tend to work best for me are white florals and patchouli and vanilla. I think anything that has that composition or has those notes tend to last the longest on me. This doesn't have patchouli. It has benzoin instead of patchouli, and benzoin is kind of hit or miss as far as lasting power on me. But for some reason, this lasts a long time on me. And I suspect that Giorgio Armani's perfumes just last a long time on me. My experience with testing his perfumes out, my body just responds to them really well. So I guess it's just the quality of fragrance oils that he uses, the quality of the composition that his perfumers create. They just really work well for my body. But this perfume is a favorite of mine for summer because of, as it was described, it just reminds me of sunshine, but not in a cloying way. I have another perfume by Elizabeth Arden, and I think it's called Sunshine or Sunflower. It's called Sunflower. It's heavy, it's thick, it gives me a headache. It's overpowering. This one isn't overpowering. It's strong, but it's still soft. It's not going to make you feel like you're kind of surrounded in a thick cloud of perfume, but you will smell it. And again, it lasts all day, even though by the end of the day, it's very much a skin scent, but it's a very lovely skin scent. Even though it's at the point of being a skin scent, it still smells quite similar to the way it smells when I first spray it. Well, maybe an hour after I first spray it. When I first spray it, it smells like hair conditioner. But after that hour passes and it dries down a little bit, it smells just sunny, sweet, happy, and beautiful. That's how I would describe this. And then the last perfume I'm going to talk about isn't quite my go-to summer perfume, but on days in the summer where it's been rainy or days where I know I'm going to be inside a really cold air-conditioned building, this is the perfume I wear, and it is the Ellen Tracy by Ellen Tracy. This is actually probably more appropriate for fall because it is a chypre perfume. It has oak moss in it. And the smell of oak moss to me reminds me of wet plants. It reminds me of being outside right after it rains, but it's not hot, so it doesn't have that sticky, humid smell. It just is like being outside on a cool day after it rains. The crazy thing about this perfume is that it's very complex, very complex. It has a lot going on in this perfume. The top notes are plum, green notes, gabanon, osmanthus, peach, hyacinth, bergamot, lemon, and cinnamon. The middle notes are aldehydes, tuberose, orchid, orris root, jasmine, ylang ylang, lily of the valley, rose, freesia, and carnation. And the base notes are sandalwood, amber, musk, oak moss, raspberry, cedar, and tonka bean. So this perfume has a lot going on. And when I first smell it, it's a little thick in the back of my nose, but as it calms down, it's a very fresh, almost powdery, kind of cooling scent. Again, because of the oak moss, I think it gives me that wet plant feeling. The other thing I like about this is by the middle of the day, based on my memory of this, it is a very, most of what I smell is the fruitiness. Most of what I smell is the fresh fruitiness instead of the plantiness. At the beginning, it smells plant-like. I smell all the plants that are in here. By the middle of the day, I'm smelling the fruits. By the end of the day, still smelling mostly the fruits, including the bergamot. So kind of like that zesty fruit, but also some of the sweetness that comes from the things like the peach. And other people respond to this positively with me. I've worn this to work a few times, and I've had people kind of like come up to me and go and like sniff my neck and tell me how much they love this perfume. One coworker loved it so much that she was like, if you see that perfume again, get me a bottle and I'll pay you back. Because I got this from TJ Maxx for $7. Such a good deal. And so when I told her, like, oh yeah, I got this at TJ Maxx for $7, she was like, well, if you see that at TJ Maxx again, get me a bottle and I'll pay you back. And I did, and I told her she didn't have to pay me back. But she loves this perfume. She considers it her wedding day perfume. It's the perfume she's been wearing to weddings. It's not quite a perfume I would wear to a wedding, but I can see why she would. So I'm excited for when this calms down a bit more and I get to smell some of that fresh fruitiness, that zingy lemoniness also.